Hey everyone, so this is a good trip, bad trip, and this one here is gonna be just a bunch of random thoughts. Not that any of the previous ones had any specific structure to them, but I mean right now I just wanna get rid of some of the things I've been jotting down, saying some things I want to say. And yeah, I remember that I promised us like a lyrics podcast on the best and worst, the lyrics that I like most and least. But I need to figure out how exactly to go about it, since you'd need to hear the song and at the same time hear me and maybe get the lyrics on the screen. So I mean, there are a few technical issues that I need to take care of before I go into that. So right now it's just a few random thoughts. So I want to start with actually asking for your guys' advice. I know I could go to just Google it, as you can do with most things. But my problem is basically since I stopped. Well, I can't say stopped using Facebook. I don't use Facebook that often anymore. Like I maybe open it a few times a day, and some days I don't at all. And that's a major breakthrough for me. I don't know about you guys, but I used to be a real Facebook addict. I used to be like on it all the time. And now I'm happy that I'm not, and I don't miss it one bit. The only thing that I'm missing about it is that I'm actually missing friends' birthdays now, because this was like a perfect tool for remembering everyone's birthday and just congratulating people on their birthdays, basically. So do you guys know a good tool where you could connect your Facebook and it would just basically remind you of all your friends' birthdays separately from Facebook? If you do know such a good tool, then please let me know in the comments or DM me. Second thing I wanted to talk about was ratings. Primarily ratings in taxi companies where you're rating drivers. And my problem with that is that it's not really accurate, because most of the ratings are from 4 to 5. No one, if it's a driver with a 4.5 rating, it means that this is a horrible driver. And it shouldn't be like that, because in common terms, basically 4 means good, 3 means adequate, and 2 means bad, and 5 means excellent. So recently I've been pushing myself, so to speak, to giving people worse ratings if I'm not pleased with something, with the driving, with the car state, with the smell in the car, anything. And I implore you guys to actually do the same, because otherwise we find ourselves in a situation where, because I mean, ultimately it's you doing by giving a bad driver a good mark, by giving a bad driver a 5 just because he has a family to feed or whatnot, and I don't want to be an asshole, so I'm going to give him a 5. Or oftentimes drivers ask you specifically to give them a 5, which is even worse. But I mean, by giving bad drivers good marks, we actually encourage bad driving in a way, yeah, because we don't differentiate sufficiently between the really good ones and the bad ones, and the average ones and the bad ones. It's all like 4 to 5, yeah, and oftentimes it's everyone. I know some people who always give it like a 5 stars, and that is where we get those drivers that have like a 4.9, 4.85 or something average mark, and they're just horrible. I would give them a 2. And I implore you guys, I ask you guys, I beg of you guys not to be shy about giving the right marks. What's next? Oh yeah, I wanted to just a quick one. I'm not sure. I hope none of you are like it, but I mean, there's been an increasing amount of people out there on the streets that don't look in the direction that they're going. Like they're, I'll have to show it. For instance, they're backing up like this, and they don't look in the direction that they're going. And this is really dangerous and really scary. Please don't do that. Please always look in the direction that you're going, guys. I'm trying to stop eating sugar, so maybe beginning of March I quit sugar. In that, I mean, I do understand that there's sugar in a lot of foods that we eat, sometimes even in breads and stuff like that. But I'm basically stressing not eating sugar in, like, I know, desserts and stuff like that. Actually, I remember one day I did it after quitting sugar. I did it a cake. My friend's wife cooked a cake, and it was really yummy, and I couldn't say no. But that's it. I'm not gonna have any more. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to prevail in this fight with sugar. And you do know this about sugar, guys. And once you quit eating it, then the first few days are really hard, because I don't know the exact biochemistry, but the thing is that there is, let's say, this specific bacteria in your that lives in your body, and it actually, and it's like, say it's just sugar is it's really oversimplifying things, but this is how I understand it, and I'm going to present it in the same way. So this bacteria, it lives in your organism, in your body, and it's constantly asking for more. And once you stop eating sugar, once you stop consuming this bacteria, then it's asking for more, and it's really hard in the first few days, because it realizes that it's dying and it's not being replenished, and it's just basically asking you to eat more of it. But after a few days, when it kind of dies off and there is nothing else there to ask for more sugar, then what remains is just a force of habit, just to you used to having a dessert, you used to having something sweet after a meal, but you don't actually need it or want it. And yeah, I've tried to cut on sugar in the past, but I've never tried to go completely sugar-free in the past. So this is my first experiment, and I'll tell you how it goes. Star ratings. Yeah, what else do I want to speak about? Yeah, Siri is a useless piece of shit. It's actually only good for launching Google Assistant. That's how I use Siri now. It's like I just go, hey Siri, and launch Google Assistant. I mean, they have this enormous amount of devices out there, and their virtual assistant has had a few years to kind of try and get it going in a way, but I don't know, it's not working so far. It's not working. Did I speak about this already, or did I not? Do you have to be an asshole to have a good time? I might have, but it's worth repeating. It's worth repeating. Oftentimes you see people who are having a good time and they're loud and obnoxious, and some people have a really loud laugh, by the way. It's like why do you have to it's like they're convincing themselves that they're having a good time, and they are like really pushing it with a laugh, and also with the loud voices and stuff like that. And basically, the answer to this question is very, 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 very simple. You do not have to be an asshole to have a good time. Not at all. And yeah, basically, this is already over 10 minutes, and I'm gonna call it quits for now. Thank you very much for listening, and yeah, do subscribe and click the ring button if you want to get notifications of whenever I rant. And yeah, thanks so much for listening. This was Good Trip, Bad Trip. Andre K signing off.